don't see shit, nigga. You better see me. I'm right here, nigga. What you gonna do, nigga? Come on. Bro, you say you gonna beat my ass? What's up? Oh, my mama, bro. Everybody saying that shit. Come on now, nigga. You got me fucked up, bro. You got me fucked up, nigga. You got me fucked up, bro. Bro, my mama, bro. Oh, my mama, bro. Why your voice cracking, my nigga? Come on, bro. Yeah, walk the fuck back, nigga.
All right, you guys, we're going into Ephesians 2:2, and it says, "And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the powers of the air, the spirit that now dwelleth in the children of disobedience."
Everybody saying that shit, my nigga. Bro, they lying shit, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. You the one lying, bro. Oh, my mom, bro. Stop fronting, my nigga.
All right, we jumping into Acts 25:5. "Let them therefore," said he, "which among you are able, go down with me and accuse this man, if there be any wickedness in him." You see, when you go and accuse somebody of something, you need to have hard proof. You can't just come and confront somebody in front of, and nobody came up and made a witness. And that's exactly what this boy did. He tried to accuse him of something, and that wasn't even necessarily the case. And he should have went about this differently. And, you know, I'm just pointing out the kid where he messed up according to scripture. He's so out of pocket with this.
You know you said that shit, bro. Come on. Bro, say it too, bro. We right here, bro. Everybody's watching, my nigga. What's up, bro? You ain't telling me shit. Bro, I'm on, nigga. Bro, you a whole ass bitch, bro. You ain't right now, my nigga. Come on, man.
Man, if we're gonna take it.
Ooh, he said cut straight up.
Bro, why you shaking, bro? So you say that shit or what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what? I'm telling you.
All right, you guys, we are about to jump into the second book, Baruch, chapter 44:3. "But withdraw ye not from the way of the Torah, but guard and admonish the people which remain, lest they withdraw from the commandments of El Elohim." Down to 4. "For ye see that he whom we serve is just, and our Creator is no respecter of persons." So that means if he felt like he couldn't respect anyone, do not expect to have the respect coming from our Creator, because this is something that is not tolerated, especially when you as a child don't have respect for your elders. This is where we have to do correction with our children. It has to be done. Otherwise, you and your son will have to deal with this with the Creator. And who will be able to stand in the day of the Son of our Father? No one. I mean, I remember I used to be a class clown to a small degree. Like, my teacher, I had an issue with my teacher, and I'm going to just leave it right. I'm going to play it one more motherfucking time before he actually connect the swing, and then I'm going to let the rest of it play out, and then I'm going to come back, y'all, because I'm going to laugh again, and then we're going to get serious, okay?
You know you said that shit, bro. Come on. Bro, say it too, bro. We right here, bro. Everybody's watching, my nigga. What's up, bro? You ain't telling me shit. Bro, I'm on, nigga. Bro, you a whole ass bitch, bro. You ain't right now, my nigga. Come on, man.
Man, if we're gonna take it.
Ooh, he said cut straight up.
Bro, why you shaking, bro? So you say that shit or what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what?
This is the time where we're going to get our laugh. I told y'all we're going to have fun on this channel, okay? Please understand. Just give me some time. But we about to laugh tonight, baby, before I go to sleep. I have been playing this video every time all day. This has been making my day outside of the frustration, but let's go. Woo! What the fuck is going on with these kids in school, y'all? I have absolutely no idea. I had to record tonight all because of this video. Like, I can't stop laughing. You better leave. When you hear somebody tell you, chill out, leave me alone, things like that. See, this is another thing. I'm laughing not because the guy was getting picked on, because this is a whole total bully situation. I don't give a fuck what nobody honestly has to say when it comes to this, because this was straight bullying. Straight bullying. Like, what's going on in these kids' household? First off, what's going on in y'all household to where it's acceptable, or that's what's on your mind when you're ready to come to work? All right, and this is why I have to jump into Numbers chapter 15 and 29. And it says, ye shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them. So we have this issue happening a lot in the Black community, to where they like, oh, it's okay for other people in other nations, as long as they're not the white man, quote unquote, saying those type of words or that type of slur, or even comfortable with saying it as if like, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, they're thinking all kind of wicked thoughts. So this is it's just a terrible, terrible situation. Yes, I am cracking up because of the discipline that little ass got. Yeah, he learned today. He learned that day. So we gotta, like I said, you don't want this to happen to your child. Then new parents, I would just give this advice to you guys, new parents. Please teach your child in the way that they should go, and they will never depart from it. That is scripture. So I want you guys to understand that you have to start disciplining from the womb up until they are old enough to comprehend and understand. Other than that, it's solely your responsibility. So I wanted to throw that little quick thing in to let you guys know and understand what is being spoken to us in these day and times, and what we are actually facing. It is in the scriptures. So I'm gonna get back to my commentary. Like, I done seen some other news clippings and stuff where they talked about how it was students that went on record and said, hold on, I can't even think straight. This shit is so wild. I'm sorry, y'all. I am, y'all. I'm trying to get my life together over here. I have had a very, 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 very hectic day, but I got progress out of it. Sorry, I'm messing my computer and stuff at the same time. Like, I'm trying to work on new software. It's a lot I'm trying to do at the same time. Be a mom, got to get ready. I got training in the morning, and I'm around here thugging it with my PJs on, nice and comfy. I'm putting together my little studio room, y'all. It's a lot. But to get back to this, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Like, did this kid really think, not to mention that the kid is not even Black, and kept calling him a nigga? Like, I feel some kind of way when I hear, like, my bosses say bro to me, and I'm not your fucking bro. So who the fuck is you talking to like that? Don't call me something that we're not. When have we started sending our children to school and this was the acceptable behavior? Like, do he even turn this report card in to his teachers? I'm starting to think this motherfucker don't. Because if you did, on those report cards, your teacher loves to give detail about your child's behavior. So either the parents don't give a fuck and this kid knows it, or the parents don't give a fuck and these kids know it. That's what his ass motherfucking get. This is why we need to start disciplining our children in the house. See, with me, I don't have these problems with my kids going to school at all. I don't have these problems. Most of these people that are non-black or whatever, they say what they want about black parents. Now, these motherfuckers do have some fucked up ways on how they raise their kids and stuff like that. I believe that's in every race. There is no separation with it or whatever, because you got some good and bad. But for the most part, black people ain't... Did y'all see how that motherfucker... Woo! Okay. I know I wasn't supposed to interrupt again, but... I know before everybody gets to saying, Shanni, you wrong. Why you laughing at this grown-ass man hit this child? Well, this is something that I learned coming up. Because although I've always had older people in my life, I have always had, my grandmother... that's who helped raise me, my mother. Like, I've always had older, old school people, And this is why I need to jump into this scripture, Colossians chapter 3, verse 6. For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of who? Disobedience. In the which ye also walked sometime. Meaning like we was in it. Those that wasn't aware at the time, we've all been there. When ye live in them, you wouldn't know. You trapped in that kind of world. So like there could be correction and there could be help for this young man. But we gotta thug it out. We gotta, support everybody on every end. I'm laughing, true enough, but I'm laughing at the example that was set because, from my background, and I'm only speaking from my background, not saying everybody has to necessarily agree. You can agree to disagree. That's fine. But I'm not laughing, once again, like I said, in regards to the whole incident transpiring. But this is a lesson to be learned. And you can laugh because really all we seen was it ain't nothing but an good old tradition ass whooping like they used to do back in the day in schools. But it wasn't that bad because discipline was in the schools. These kids have lost their freaking minds. So to jump down... to Colossians 3 and 8 to finish it off. But now ye also put off all these anger, wrath, malice, blaspheme, filthy communication out of your mouth. This is what this boy was saying. Then he was trying to sound like these little stereotyped little rappers, because these black rappers, and I'm going to say that because I can say it. Okay? Yeah. They little asses is the reason why these damn kids is over here picking up that same stupid bullshit and the same stupid behavior. So we got to look at the source also. Where is he getting this kind of attitude from? Why is he so angry just to be at school? If you have something that is not required, you take that criticism, because that's what the teacher is there to do, is to critique and teach. Grow up. You're in high school. You will not make it further than that. And I'm, like I said, y'all is working in the mist, you guys. But yeah, like I said, it's just too much. He doing too much. Furthermore, I want to jump down to 9 also. Colossians 3 and 9. And it's very important that you hear this well. Lie not to one another. Lie not to one another. Seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. And no, not this old man that you see that's 64 years old. No, the old man is Satan that is dwelling inside disobedient children. That's what's happening. And that's the old man that's been here from day one. So either you're going to accept that as wisdom or you're not. Don't look at the fact that I'm laughing or because I use profanity. Listen to the message. That's what's mainly more important, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm genuinely laughing because this little boy deserved to have gotten all of that ass whooping. Now, I hope he's okay, but he honestly did deserve to get his butt toe up like that, because if we was at home, we would be getting a whooping. Let's be honest, adults, people that's I would say 28, 25 and up, I'll just go there. Like at some point, I ain't even going to go way back to 25 now, because the 25-year-olds now are not the 25-year-olds that may be about close to 30 now. Whole different era. So I'll leave it at that. But let me just go on ahead and get back to my commentary. And then my friends, I was always like the youngest out the crowd. So, you know, you got people that's like a decade plus or, you know, a little younger than you or whatever. I mean, just within your age group or whatever, you learn a lot, especially as far as about communication, how to talk to somebody. If there is a misunderstanding, how do you go about doing it? I mean, unless you really are simply looking for trouble, some attention. I don't know what's going on in these kids' minds today. I don't know. I mean, what are they smoking? But you know what? They're not smoking anything. I don't know. Because some of these kids, that's the trend. They probably is. More than likely, it's some level of influence. But I can't necessarily speak and say that this child is, or that's what he was doing at the time before he decided to walk in that classroom and get knocked the fuck out. Okay. So first, I did want to not come on here and interrupt y'all. I'm sorry. Fuck it. We about to play this one more time. Hey, that was that. I'm sick of your shit. Sick of your shit. Sick of your shit. Sick of your shit. That's what the fuck that was, y'all. That tells me the way that man whooped that little boy ass like that, the way he was whooping his ass, that was probably an ass whooping he had coming for a long motherfucking time, okay? Because granted, yes, the child did come in there. He did throw a basketball at him. So initially he threw the first blow and the man said, hey, leave. Now, how he could have handled that, he could have walked out the classroom. And he could have went and got faculty staff. And of course, this little boy has something to prove. So more than likely, as an idiot that he is, he was going to probably follow up behind him, cause a bigger scene, be loud in the halls. Who knows? I mean, if you had that much balls. So, something is up, you know, with this situation or whatever. But I got the answers from what I've been looking at from, you know, earlier today. So I'm going to share it with y'all, okay? Because some students went on record to talk about what's been happening actually with this principal in particular when it comes to the students at this school that's predominantly Hispanic. And yeah, let's jump into it. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all look at the rest of this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do y'all a favor all because I interrupted and I keep interrupting. And I am so sorry, y'all, but it's mad funny because this little boy got his ass whooped. I tell people, stop fucking with people who not fucking with you. You can't be doing that type of shit. Stop, okay? You don't know what's going to happen, okay? You don't know what's going to happen. You know, it's just, you're better off, you know, taking a different approach. And I know people going to say it was a kid. No. The way that kid was talking, like that kid had some motherfucking seasons and shit. All my life, he had one of those angry black men kind of motherfucking attitudes and shit when they sick of people's shit. That's the kind of mouth he had, like. And why would the teacher be going around in school telling other students that he was going to whoop your ass? Now, I mean, if that was the case, then that means, motherfucker, you really did have this shit coming, and this is not your first time acting a goddamn fool when a teacher is trying to teach you something. I mean, that's what's wrong with these kids. They're like these adults now. You can't tell nobody wrong nothing. Yeah, well, the kids got that attitude now, and yeah. Now, did y'all peep how that little boy, it was another little boy with the black hoodie, he came up from behind, and while the faculty kind of got in between and the scuffle or whatnot, of them trying to separate the student and the teacher or whatnot, some kid came and snuck the teacher from behind and started hitting him like, you know. What's going on with these kids in this school? Like, somebody needs to get up in there and get a real psychiatrist, like, to get into the minds of these kids, because something is going on. They was, like, literally, and then that was some whole shit, but, you know, it's given, you know, when, yeah. And you see, guys, this is why I have to use the scripture Ephesians 5 and 6. And it says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things which cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience, be not ye therefore partakers with them. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. So that's not just for the kids, and this message is definitely for the kids, because you guys, hey, like I said, I've seen it in my time. You know, you guys got to start correcting yourselves now. You are being held accountable now. So if you want to act like an adult and you feel like you want to be one of the big dogs and you so happen to be the one to listen to my video right now, then that means I'm talking to you. And that includes the adults who still act like children and you have responsibilities. You are now still being a partaker of disobedience. There are things that we all are held accountable for. And it's time that we all start to adjust ourselves to it, because it's not hard. Okay, so now you guys, I'm going to play this video one more time for y'all. And I'm going to play it all the way through. And I might start laughing. That may be a high possibility, but I'm not going to interrupt the video, so don't worry. But check this shit out, okay? And one more thing. I just realized, didn't y'all peep how that little kid kept on saying on his mama, on his mama? Why would you be wishing anything or whatever you're trying to swear to on your mother's life? Like, something ain't going, like I said, now that I looked at this video so much the whole day today, something is definitely up with the household. Like, they up here investigating this teacher. We need to be investigating what's going on in this child's household, where he is this damn angry early in the fucking morning or whatever time it is, because you still go to school early and you get out early. So what's the problem? What the hell going on in their house? Just curious. All right now, and we in Lamentations 4 and 17. And it says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. How many black people feel that way? Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed one of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we raised under the shadow. We shall live among the heathen. And that's exactly what's been happening now that we've been still in this captivity. And this is what you see. Now, I don't mean no disrespect. This ain't a cultural point out calling, everybody that is of this young man's race a heathen. But I didn't say it. It's in the scriptures. So take it up with y'all, not with me.
He said cut straight up.
Why you shaking, bro? So you say that shit or what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what? I'm telling you, right?
Juan, they are coming to his defense, not only students but teachers as well and parents as well. Behind me is the scene where it happened, Maywood Academy High School, the scene of that punch that has certainly, well, not heard around the world, but certainly heard around the Southland. As you mentioned, he was arrested, posted his $50,000 bail, got out of jail on Saturday, and now faces charges when he goes back to court November 30th. But as far as support goes, well, it's hands down for this teacher. It was a vicious right to the jaw in music class that sent a 14-year-old student sprawling. The man who delivered the blow, 64-year-old Marston Riley, the music teacher at Maywood Academy High School.
I just want to know if he's okay.
If he's okay?
Yeah.
You're concerned about Mr. Riley?
Yes.
How about the student?
The student, I don't really care about him.
And nearly all the students we talked to sided with Mr. Riley.
All the racial slurs of that kid, that kid was just being very disrespectful.
He's really calm and he really respects his students and he cares about his students a lot.
This is Marston Riley and I'm letting you know that this GoFundMe page is legit.
On his GoFundMe page, Riley thanks all those who have contributed to his GoFundMe page. The contributions are getting close to the goal of $50,000.
I would have done the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
The daughter of this woman had Mr. Riley as a teacher last year.
Wow. Us as parents have to learn how to teach our kids how to respect teachers and older people.
How's he holding up?
I don't want to make any fun.
Nothing whatsoever? I mean, we understand he's getting a lot of support. Would we like to, come to the door and just thank the people? A woman in a very soft voice behind a closed door at Riley's Anaheim home said, quote, Mr. Riley has no interest in talking to anyone. Thank you. No comment. On the cell phone video, you can hear the 14-year-old calling Riley names, referring to him as, quote, bro, using the N-word and other racial slurs. He throws a basketball at Riley. Seconds later, the punch. This student said she was in the class that day. Do you blame Mr. Riley?
No.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
And this statement from the Maywood Academy faculty, quote, many Americans saw for the first time the deterioration of respect for teachers. It goes on. We have created an environment where disrespect, bullying, and intolerance can thrive. We were told Riley has taught at the school for 7 years, and from what we learned, he's respected by both teachers and students. Mr. Riley is what the school district calls on home detention. In plain English, that means he's been suspended with pay until further notice. We don't know how long that will last. Until further notice is what the district will tell us. Also, in their statement from the faculty, they made it very clear that they are asking the DA in Los Angeles, Jackie Lacey, not to press any charges against Mr. Riley. Reporting live from Maywood, I'm Dave Lopez, Kick Online News.
Now, that was amazing. That was amazing. I'm so happy to hear that even the kids is bagging the teacher up. The faculty is backing the teacher up, and I'm so happy they suspended him. But that's, of course, we know to handle his business because he about to have a whole lot of legal stuff going on. All right, so we in Isaiah 14:1, and this is prophecy, you guys. And we're actually in the works, and I see y'all working this divine thing over those who are informed, not to get into detail. They know, and we see it, and it's exemplified right here and right now. And it says, for the Lord will I have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So right now you see that they're not standing up for this kid all because, that he's their age. Apparently, he's some level of menace to society. They're gonna reject those that don't mean well to the community collectively, even the kids. So you got some wise kids out here. They're not just out here completely dumb and docile. I'm not saying that's for everybody that's young. So early on, yes, I'm talking about as far as maturity goes with some of them. So it's not like this is every single kid that I'm speaking of, or a young adult, or a mid-way adult, however they want to terminology this. Fact of the matter is, you guys, we have to do better, and we have to teach our youth, our children, better, how to treat one another better, okay, and how to repent. Otherwise, we in trouble. And one thing I did listen to that little kid say going out the classroom, he talking about he gonna put a hit on him. what the fuck is going on? Like some gang shit? Like, what is going on at this school with these kids? Like, so far you can see the regular kids and stuff like that. They're, you know, they actually just come to school to be getting what they need to be getting. But this is so bad and good at the same time because, like I said, I can share my story now with you guys real quick. And I had a business teacher in middle school, and I did my work, and we got along up until a certain point, and it was only when every day she had to argue with a student. She had to have something insulting to talk about them, degrade them, talk about their mama. I mean, the teacher was literally the bully. And the kids can hold, the kids that she argued with all the time, they were class clowns. I'm not even going to lie. But you feeding the fire, like there wasn't cell phones or anything like that in this time when I was in the middle school or high school or anything like that or whatever. I mean, the cell phones was around, but like the way it is now where things can go viral, no. Okay? Also, only people that like had a phone for real was people who actually made some decent money, can afford that high ass bill because, baby, yes. So, anywho, I used to get back with her. Like, I didn't find that to be okay for her to be a teacher, and that was her attitude, and it just made me lose respect for her as a teacher. And she used to put me out the classroom every day. I didn't give a fuck. I did my assignment. She even gave me bad grades because I was telling the truth. I got put out the classroom, but I used to be fun with it because I used to roast her ass back too. Like, okay? But, that was a different situation. And like now you always hear about how these teachers is catching fucking hell from y'all badass fucking kids. Yeah, I'm letting it loose tonight. This we gonna have to, we're going to have to literally blow this over. Like, people can be like, oh, you're cussing. How are you cussing and using the Bible? Well, then you need to do your language research, okay? I want to state that for the record because I'm sick of that. But I'm going to get on that topic soon, too. Depending on however I am spiritually being led, you know what I mean? I'm not going to use my channel for, like, my own personal attack. Yeah. Whatever I'm led to talk about. But I felt like this was important to talk about because this is an issue, even here in the city of Detroit. Now, I don't live in Detroit anymore, but I was born and raised in the city of Detroit. And when I tell you, like, this is nothing. Like, that kind of disrespect, I ain't gonna say it's never happened, but not in the era that I came up in. Now, down the line, you had these issues go on, but it's happening now with these generation of kids. And then this child is younger than my oldest child. Like, my oldest child is older than him, and she's in high school, and she does not behave that way. Like, all my kids. Yes, I have multiple. And they don't have these issues at all. Teachers, when I speak with the teachers, they have great things to say about my kids. And on their report cards, they have great remarks left behind. Because you have to teach your kids. You have to teach them respect. They've changed so much with the laws now to where they like, oh, well, you'll be in trouble, and they're giving so much power to the child. And so I know you guys don't just think that this is something that went on just then. This is happening as people are being birthed in the world. So we're going to jump into Job 16 and 11. And it clearly says there that God have delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. This happened to us. We're dealing with this right now. This, whether they're old, they're young, whatever. Now the kids feel like they can just disrespect us. Like, it's getting that bad to where there's a exchange of power. And this is why they allow these kids to report their parents whenever there's discipline. Literally, they're doing everything reverse of what Yah said. This is the laws they set up. So this automatically should tell a lot of people alone when y'all know this don't make sense and it's against just natural, our nature, our original self. Like, it's something about our spirit connect to what's right. And y'all know this isn't right. So yeah, I talked about it. So let's get back into the commentary. I know it's because it was done on purpose. I know this got done on purpose. So don't try to argue about it. I don't manage y'all comments and stuff like that. Go ahead. I would like to know what y'all think about this, But first, since if you do like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Because, see, in the midst of me having fun, we going to get to talking about some facts, okay? And see, this is why I'm coming with the facts. And it's in Ephesians 6:12. And it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahuwah." Take on his armor, you guys. He has it. He got it set up for us to use, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. All of those things are your armor of Yah. I'm going to repeat it. It is 3 things here. Truth. Okay? Gird your loins with truth. And having on a breastplate. You need a shield to cover it. Okay? And it has to be in righteousness. That is your full armor of Yah within everything that you do. Now think of this in just the physical. This is in a spiritual sense. Physical and spiritual. Okay? This is how you gird yourself. This is how you cover yourself. This is how you protect yourself. Do these things. Yah is talking to us. It's something going on. Everything is a spiritual battle out here. And this is why he's dealing with this carnal world of consequences. It's going to happen, unfortunately for him. But as the scriptures, we know there's always an answer and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And for this child, at the rate that he went, you don't even know that little boy don't even know probably who he was dealing with. To be honest, we don't know. We know for a fact that's one of our Israelite brothers. Excuse me. That's one of Yah's children. Now, it's an interesting scripture I'm gonna pull up, you guys, and we're gonna go to school tonight. We're gonna go to school real quick before I go and lay my tail down, okay? Because we got to put some fear back in these children. There's no way, if he's acting that way to a teacher, imagine how he's acting to just some regular old adult on the street. Don't be surprised when that kind of kid, he end up dead somewhere. And I'm not wishing that on anybody's child. But that right there will fuck around and get you killed. That kind of attitude will get you killed. Okay? Told y'all where the fuck I'm from, shit. Okay? On some real shit. I was just telling my kids this. I've had friends that didn't even make it to 15. They got killed at 14. How about that? A couple of them, Shoot. One of my good friends, one of my best friends when I was in middle school, her brother, but not for these, like, not like just constantly arguing with people or anything. Like some of them were in situations. And they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, also with the wrong group of friends, parents, okay? We can laugh, but we got to really get to the level of seriousness out of this shit at the end of the day. Because the direction of how these kids are coming up in this generation, these kids are going to be left to be held responsible to run the world to some degree. But they're not, because Yah is going to end it. This is nothing but wickedness and terror and little demons. These are demon kids, okay? That one definitely is. Probably gang related. Because, you saying all this on your mama stuff. You saying all of this, I'm going to put a hit on you. Like, all of this threats. This kid is doing this shit throughout the whole entire school. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all this one video, too, with this one kid said. He was like, nah, I don't care for him too much. I said, oh, so that's what's going on. This kid is a trip throughout the school with even the kids. The faculty probably know this kid by his first and last name. He's probably always getting suspended Because he's always fucking fighting. He want to be seen in her like a little girl. And he think that's him being a man. And, you know, even if this is a decent mother, this mother or father or both parents. And it will be even worse if it's both parents in a household. You know, I'm not blaming like saying single mothers can't raise sons. Because my honey, okay, single mother. And this is a good man, okay. So this isn't something that is impossible to be done. Black woman too, okay? You know, got my little Teddy Graham. That's right. Okay, y'all, we can't be like, oh, black women can't raise black men. Yes, they can. It's all about who's running the fucking house, and you need to put that fear in your child from the time that motherfucker come out your womb. You need to be getting and grooming that child together. And you need to give that child some damn wisdom, because this clearly is not a child with wisdom. Let's just be honest. Just because you seeing an old 64-year-old man and he didn't look 64 too. What? I forgot about that part. Yes. Okay. Come through. What? Okay. He didn't even look 64. Fuck me up when I heard the age. Like, shit. Damn. Woo. Okay, y'all. So, for real, on some real serious shit, though, I'm going to let y'all also see this article. I mean, well, not even an article. It's a video clip. And don't mind me, y'all. I read so many articles so much and stuff. I'm so used to saying it. All right, let me shut up, y'all, okay? Check this shit out.
And Jeff and Pat, we were the first to break this video, the first to show it to our viewers. So disturbing and sending shockwaves through this community. A teacher decks a student, and the two go at each other in a horribly disturbing fistfight. All of this unfolding in band class in front of a room full of mortified students, some of them recording this stunning scene with their phones. The beating is non-stop, with the teacher wailing on the student, even using an object, maybe his phone, to pummel the kid to the ground. Students and an adult try to pull the student away, but the teacher is relentless. The student cannot escape.
The teacher is relentless. The teacher is relentless. The student cannot escape. I mean, it's mighty funny. We looking at the same news channel in LA, two different news anchors, and how literally now he's making the teacher look like the bad guy, and the other reporter made the teacher look like the good guy. You know, I see that little fuck shit y'all doing with this news station. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see the rest of this shit they got to say.
Scared for the kid and probably for the teacher too.
These two students were in the room when all of this went down. They spoke to us with their parents' permission. They, along with other students, say the fight began with the teacher telling the student he was not wearing the proper school uniform. The student responded with a tirade of racist profanity. Those words can be heard here on the video before the fight, but they're so offensive, we are not airing it.
So let me get something straight. It was offensive to play the offensive slurs, which are words that actually caused this kid to get his ass whooped like that. But it's not offensive to show this grown black man, because I see what you're doing, you little slick motherfucker. You know, each news reporter, they twist the narrative how they see it. And in this case, he most certainly did. So I'm going to go to chapter 3 and 14, and that is Luke. And the soldiers likewise demand of him, saying, and what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely, and be content with your wages. So we see that we have a gentleman that's on his job, and he has always been calm regardless of what he made. He decided to be a teacher. And yes, he did some violence. He did strike this kid, and that's where I said his option should have been to walk out the door. But again, we don't know what all transpired. That's just one child's behavior that they caught on camera just in that time frame, you know. And also, this child was wrong, like I said early on, because he falsely is accusing this man, whether he said it or not, or what were the reasons. His actions were also wrong as well. So both parties are guilty for the things that they have taken place into doing. And I just hope that this all gets sorted out fairly and nobody else get hurt beyond this point. And I'm going to jump back into my commentary. The other one was more benevolent, and this reporter right here is more malevolent. Trying to hustle. He was crazy, irate, and the kid couldn't get away. Oh, said somebody saved the kid. What? Wait a minute, but this kid threw a whole fucking basketball at him. Don't worry, you guys. You know, that's why I went and made sure I got the raw fucking footage, the whole footage to let y'all see. Don't worry. I got us covered over here. So, the news reporter want to make it sound like the kid, who's not black, want to make him out to be the victim now when you haven't even... I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Just like back and forth, and then that's when the teacher just decides to throw a punch, and then that's when everything happened.
Students identify the teacher as Marston Riley. At his Orange County home tonight, his wife told our Stacy Butler she had not spoken with her husband.
You know, it's mighty nice how they switch that up, but they love to keep putting this man's home location over the news where he stay at and everything. I don't blame the wife. I wouldn't have fucking came out the house no goddamn way either, for one. Y'all ain't about to get my face on camera now. People that just so happen to know me or whatever, and they found out just by digging, because that's going to happen. But just to put your face out there, and this kid didn't put a threat on him, and she says she don't want to talk. How many times you're going to keep coming to this woman's door? Okay? I mean, I know that's their job. They got to sit out there and everything like that or whatever. But, I mean, y'all done put this woman whole motherfucking location up. And this man has been threatened clearly. And that's why the news didn't play that part, I believe, because he was on there really threatening the damn teacher. He was threatening him in the beginning. And then in the end, he told him, I'm going to put a hit out on you. Listen, look. Same way it goes. When that old man gave him warning, that little boy gave him warning. Like I said, I sense mad gang vibes with this shit. But they love to want to say that it's us black people who's gang related and, you know, whatever other nonsensical bull crap that they say about black people. You know, it's a never ending thing. This is why this kid felt like it was okay to disrespect an elder, a black elder at that. Yes, I'm stressing it because, you guys, black folks has been catching it since we've been here. Needless to say that we've been fucking kidnapped from our own goddamn land where we were, brought over here, and all this shit our people did, and this the motherfucking thanks we get, disrespected, not only from just the whites that motherfucking colonized us on our own goddamn continent, kidnapped us, brought us over here for slavery. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. These things have to be discussed. And now you got some millennial new nation of a child, you know. You got this kid just deliberately just straight nasty with it too. Disrespecting this man's race, who he is, you know, calling him out. And I was just saying something about that word, bro. But see, they didn't play that. That's why I be getting in their ass. Like, we gonna hold these motherfuckers to it on the news. See, that's why I don't fuck with the news. I go and look and dig into something to find out if it is a news clipping going, and hey, it's a plus for me, especially if it aligns up with what I'm looking for, because I've done my reading. So I just want to see how things, and see, now you got the same news channel, two different anchors reporting two different sides, narratives of the story on what they believe and how they see it and what they got to say. So I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to, let y'all go right on ahead and see the rest of this fuck shit that this motherfucker right here is covering.
I don't even know what happened.
The fallout from the video is just beginning. Parents are furious.
I'm shocked. But why did it have to escalate to this point, though?
I think something needs to be done. That's way out of hand.
The district did not release a statement in connection with the incident. They say this is a personnel matter. As for the student, he was taken to the hospital. The teacher was arrested, held on a $50,000 bond.
So y'all peep how, like, they got the single mothers, and I'm not knocking single women. Like I said before, it's not like we can't do it. We can. It's possible, okay? Even though I don't have a son, but I'm sure some mothers are probably friends or whatever. But the mother, like, the first older lady, like, I don't see how this could have escalated to that. Like, well, listen, you dealing with a whole different, just like y'all a whole different kind of group of people. And y'all mainly be the ones out here gang related heavy, like worse. Like y'all junk is like for real, you know. Y'all for real, you know. And I ain't saying like the blacks or whoever in the heck else, the Chinese or whoever else, these gang stuff or whatever. Like I said, I sense it's probably a single mother home. It was a reason why they had them two women had something to say. Where is the father's goddamn response in this shit? So something was mighty funny about that. Like they didn't even ask a male father, where the fuck is the male father? Like where's his opinion? Where's the man's opinion in this? How would he have saw it? You know, what would he have done in that situation? Like maybe these two ladies felt like that kid didn't deserve to get beat the fuck down and put in the hospital. Well, that's what basically happens. When you act wrong, you make threats, and then you get your ass beat exactly like you was asking for. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Like, come on. Be a fucking kid. Be a teenager and stay the fuck there. Trust me, you ain't got long till you grown. And if you don't get these goddamn young men in fucking order, there's going to be a lot more of them dead. And guess what? You're going to be surprised because the curses is reversing. And I'll leave it at that. So, I'm just saying, you know, we got to do better as people out here, just overall, people over here in this world, like in this country. Like the shit people want to argue about, discriminate about, be upset about, like it's like really, life is really too short. Like people are really dying within 40, 30, 50, 14 years of being on the earth. Like, oh my goodness. You don't even know or even thought of probably thinking about what you would have been like if you were old. Some of these people died and didn't even have kids yet, you know, at a young age. So all I'm just saying is I'm not race baiting anything because I have nothing to do with that type of mindset. I'm not connected to that. That's not how I feel. I treat everybody equally with dignity and respect. And my kids do as well. I teach my kids. I'm saying all this shit because I have been around multiracial people my whole life. You know what I mean? I've talked and been and worked with and went to school with all types of groups of people. You know, so don't get it twisted because people hear the word Detroit. For those who don't know, you know, they think automatically the slums is ghetto, is messed up, is nasty. No, this is the big three, baby. People up here getting that bread, okay? Now, y'all can talk all y'all shit if you want to about plant workers or whatever the fuck else, industrial jobs up here, but we ain't motherfucking working like they did back in the 1920s. Shipping got a whole lot motherfucking better since then. Shit, now you got a bike to ride around on, a cart, you know. You got all kind of means of transportation now, you know. You can see, you know, it ain't fucked up in there. You know, it's just sometimes people choose to just hire staff to do the job, not for your personality. So these people are all mixed together. But people up here ain't broke, poor, and none of that stuff. Whatever. That's why a lot of people be like, they run across Detroit women and they like mad, you know, cocky or whatever. It's not that. It's just that we as women here in the city, we had to grow up with a level of defense on the outer, you know. You got to defend yourself before somebody even think they're going to approach your fortress. Like, if you got a castle, ain't nobody about to get too close to the corridors and you don't know them. You going to have watchmen on the tower paying attention. And if somebody come walking up, yo, people coming up before they even hit the door. Like, hey, yo, who the fuck is you? You know? So, and it's the same thing. Like, I think that's a great attribute that women in the city of Detroit have. It's just that some of them kind of, you know, go beyond it and treat people. And, you know, it's ways about how you have to treat people and conduct yourself as well. So I'm a firm believer on that. I don't, you know, condone, once again, how people treat people because it's just not cool. It's not fun to be bullied. That child was in the wrong. The teacher was in the wrong because he did have an option to walk out the door and go get staff. But I had read across, I can't find this article, y'all, but if I do, we're going to do a part 2 on this shit. But these other kids, they had did an interview on, y'all. I might want to spill it because I tried to find it. And they was like, yeah, well, some kids had just jumped this same teacher on campus, on their campus grounds, stumped the teacher out. More than likely, it was the same kid. I'm not accusing, But he probably, I'm sure, with that kind of attitude, if this is what really went on from what I seen, I gotta find it, y'all. I gotta find it. Because I was sitting there like, damn, well, no wonder he snapped. Because this may be the same group of kids, and he may have heard who it was. And then you notice how that little boy ran up behind when all the principal staff and everybody, he heard him snuck in and did some couple hits and ran back. They were trying to, you know, he was on some fuck shit there. So I believe that shit is true. Just based off what I seen in this video, y'all. You can pull a lot. People ain't got to do too much talking. Okay? Because I'm going to know either way. You can do all the talking, and I'm going to know any motherfucking way. Because people just give that off. They tell on themselves. Rather they're, you know. I just hope that keep this man in y'all prayers. Seriously. You know, unfortunately, at that age, he probably just like doing the shit because he in this retirement stage. But he just showed his ass what a 64-year-old can do. Watch that motherfucking mouth, okay? So I'm going to go and we're going to jump into some scriptures, you guys. And we're going to be on some serious tip right now because, once again, regardless of my opinion, and that's my opinion solely, but we have to understand that we are dealing with a spiritual battle. This is not a flesh battle. That's why I said that this man should have walked out the classroom and got a faculty staff. But ain't no telling, he didn't just got jumped. If this story is true, he probably didn't just got jumped. Probably in that same week. And then it's probably he heard it was from this same kid that did it. And maybe if this kid had something to do with it or he did it, that's probably why he was already ready to look for a fight. Because this was a kid that was looking for a fight. As if like they was friends or homeboys and hung out and they had to do something about what everybody around the school telling me. Well, somebody's telling you something about a teacher want to whoop your ass. And you got other kids going back saying this. It may be because he probably heard you had something to do with this alleged jumping. I'm going to just say allegedly for the record, okay? Quote me on that, okay? Until I find this clipping, y'all, that's what it's just going to be for the time being, all right? So let's get on. Hey, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe.